South suburban politician Tiffany Henyard appears to have lost control of both governments.
Henyard's landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments.
After being celebrated as a trailblazer and the first Black woman to hold the office of mayor of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard's career has taken a dramatic and abrupt turn from historic achievement to scandal-plagued fame. She's losing her influence in the small Illinois town, and mounting charges of corruption are threatening to bring her political career to an end. Misappropriation of public funds and financial misconduct began as a term full of promise, but has now deteriorated into a display of bad leadership, lavish personal expenditures, and mounting legal troubles that have left the town in ruins. The argument revolves around Henyard's alleged misuse of town funds for personal gain, including lavish spending on first-class flights, luxurious hotels, and questionable purchases that have angered Dalton residents. One of the more shocking discoveries was a $43,000 Amazon shopping spree in a single day. Other articles mentioned a $10,000 stay at the Four Seasons Hotel in Atlanta. Despite the trustees' hasty efforts to save the town's finances, the damage is significant, and her actions have had a negative impact on the town's debt infrastructure and services. Henyard remains disobedient. Refusing to help with public annoyance has reached a boiling point as a result of her aggressive tactics, which include opposing efforts to set harsher spending limitations and vetoing plans to employ outside auditors. These tactics have further immobilized the town's administration, as evidenced by crowded town hall meetings, demonstrations, and social media campaigns calling for her resignation. But Henyard continues to present herself as a misguided leader who is under attack while claiming to be a champion of the people and positioning herself as the town's super mayor. Her bizarre public personas have only made the unhappiness worse. At one town meeting, she allegedly brought a golden microphone, and at another, a DJ played Rihanna's The Age Better Have. Her increasingly erratic behavior and unwillingness to acknowledge the seriousness of the accusations have alienated many people, increased tensions, and raised speculation about her potential escape. As she spoke, the audience questioned whether she truly understood the seriousness of the situation. Trustees, who had previously supported her, are now her harshest critics. Reduced appearances in public and silence on significant issues, she would allegedly attempt to flee before facing legal consequences. The FBI's increased focus on tracking her whereabouts has only intensified these suspicions, raising doubts about her future and raising the possibility that the financial misconduct may be more pervasive than previously thought. Concerns have been raised by Lacey's indictment over Henyard's possible last-ditch attempt to keep her job or avoid legal action given her alleged ties to her deputy police chief, L.S. Lacey, who was recently charged with bankruptcy fraud. Before she can catch up with her local trustees and take action to limit Henyard's influence, they have tightened spending limits, denied her local credit cards, and launched an impartial inquiry into her financial activities. However, Henyard has vehemently opposed these initiatives and blocked all attempts to bring outside scrutiny because she is reluctant to cooperate. As a result, the town's leadership is at a standstill, and Dalton's financial situation is getting worse due to deteriorating infrastructure and the possibility that public personnel could be in danger. The steadfast opposition to Henyard has. The trustees' hurried attempts to create an emergency budget were impeded. The tragic political and personal events brought on by Henyard's actions have put Dalton at risk of disintegrating. In the hopes that justice will be served, residents are closely monitoring the FBI's investigation, which is getting more intense. However, it is still unknown when legal action will be taken, and it appears likely that Henyard's term may be finishing up. It's uncertain if she will face consequences before she has a chance to go, or if further turmoil in the community will be required before the full extent of her alleged actions is revealed. Dalton residents are anxiously anticipating the resolution of this amazing story as the investigation continues and public pressure mounts, putting Dalton's future in jeopardy. The tide of justice is turning, becoming Dalton's first elected African-American woman mayor in 2021. Tiffany Henyard's triumph was viewed as a new beginning for the town, one that promised community-driven projects, economic transformation, and better management of Dalton's long-standing issues. It inspired confidence and hope throughout the neighborhood. The notion of having a boss who represented their principles and objectives motivated the public, and Henyard's platform, which prioritized public safety improvements and a commitment to serving the public, struck a chord for a while, but it appeared that Henyard was keeping her word, and her fame skyrocketed within 2 years of taking office. What began as in her hopeful journey became a turbulent story of allegations, lawsuits, and extravagant spending that more closely mirrored a reality TV show than the operations of the local government. By 2022, her government was in disarray, and allegations of financial misconduct were widespread. She had lost the support of many people who had previously supported her because she refused to acknowledge the mounting evidence of financial malfeasance. Increased in intensity as the supervisor of Thornton Township, Henyard had control over 2 local government departments, which exacerbated the situation as local officials and people saw that she appeared more focused on her own interests than Dalton's needs. Henyard, rather than exploiting her, addressed Dalton and Thornton Township trustees, accusing her of corruption and reckless spending. Newfound power to encourage positive transformation, reports of Dub surfaced. Monetary decisions like conspicuous purchases, excessive travel costs, and a closed-off budgeting process in the town. Henyard and Dalton's trustees engaged in frank disagreements over these mounting charges, with the latter holding her accountable for the town's insolvency. Additionally, trustees from Thornton Township filed similar complaints. It led to speculation that Henyard had become a rebellious leader who had once been commended for her skills but had since become corrupted. The growing scandal eclipsed her aspirational plans for change, leaving many wondering where it all went wrong. Hang answered, daring defiance as the general. Until we meet again, thanks for watching Visual Vortex.